Was Seong Gi-hun ever truly the good guy, or was he just another broken soul the games revealed? We often see player 456 as the hero of Squid Game, his initial empathy, his early attempts to help others, and ultimately, his victory. He's the character we root for, the one who embodies goodness in a cruel world. But is Gi-hun truly the altruistic hero he appears to be? Or is there a darker, more broken side to his character that the games dragged into the light? A cruel test of trust, disguised as childhood nostalgia, became a defining moment for Gi-hun, the marble game. This was an incredibly emotional moment where players had to force friends or loved ones to their demise. Gi-hun, having formed a bond with player 001, Il-nam, faces a heartbreaking choice. But what he does is far from heroic. Gi-hun deliberately deceives Il-nam to win, exploiting the old man's deteriorating mental state. Even though Gi-hun had no idea that Il-nam's confusion was likely a carefully constructed act, and that he was fully aware of Gi-hun's lie. From Gi-hun's perspective, he was manipulating a vulnerable individual. He plays on Il-nam's confusion, using it as a weapon to secure his own survival. He preaches about fairness and compassion, yet he exploits an old man's vulnerability. Is that the act of a truly good person? After winning the game, Gi-hun eventually returned to confront the very system that nearly destroyed him. He positioned himself as a man driven by a desire for justice, seeking to avenge his friends and bring down the organization. He made initial efforts to expose them, to recruit allies, to fight the system from the outside. Yet this fight began to test Gi-hun's own principles. While his initial instincts in the games often led him to help others, remember his desperate attempts to save struggling players in the very first game, Red Light, Green Light, a clear demonstration of his compassion. His battle against the system transformed him. This escalation, following the failure of his initial efforts to take down the games, pushed him to desperate measures. We then see a significant shift, the violence against Dae-ho. Gi-hun, who once hesitated to take a life, now directly kills Dae-ho. What does this act reveal about the transformation Gi-hun has undergone? Has his struggle for justice ironically led him down a path of cruelty, making him similar to the very system he despises? This brings us to the frontman's influence. We have to ask, did the frontman, through his relentless opposition and the trauma of the continued games, finally break Gi-hun's moral compass? Gi-hun's increased aggression, his willingness to resort to violence, and the visible emotional toll of this fight suggest that the frontman might have succeeded in turning Gi-hun into a mirror image of the ruthless players he once condemned. Beyond his personal transformation, we must also consider the tragic consequences of Gi-hun's fight. His efforts to break the system, no matter how well-intentioned, ultimately resulted in the deaths of many of his friends and allies. While his motivations may have been noble, can Gi-hun be held responsible, at least in part, for the casualties that occurred as a direct consequence of his escalating conflict with the game organizers? His attempts to end the cycle of violence might have inadvertently perpetuated it, drawing more people into the deadly orbit of the games. It's a grim irony that his fight for justice led to more bloodshed. So, after everything Gi-hun has been through, is he still a hero, or has he become a product of his trauma and thirst for vengeance? Ultimately, the real question is whether a hero can dismantle an unjust system without adopting the very cruelty they seek to destroy.